The funny part, well, what's going on YouTube? It's GZTV. But I was gonna say the funny part about watching this series and reviewing it now is all we have to do is call it episode 1, 2, 3 because we just learned that it's never gonna get renewed for another season. Sorry if I have like red lips or whatever. It looks like I have fucking lipstick on for the video. I was drinking like a Skittles like water packet drink, you know. So yeah, it was pretty fire. I was drinking it on stream last night. And by the way, I do have to work tomorrow 9 to 2, but I'm hopping on stream till like 2 in the morning tonight. Fuck it. I don't care. It's only like a 5-hour shift. But yeah, let's talk about this. Obviously not a great show. I've seen worse, I guess, but in a scene so subdued and intimate, it feels like an interlude from the Idol's standard edgelord provocations. Jocelyn, played by Lily Rose Depp, obviously, sits smoking by the window with Chloe, played by Susanna Sun. The less famous singer and more devout Tedros follower asks her mirror image why she doesn't sing about her late mother. I feel like it's not something anybody wants to hear about, Jocelyn says. Like, that's not what they want from me. I feel like the more you let people in, the more reason they have not to want you anymore. Jocelyn goes on to say that that's why she's never sung about anything truthful or anything that really means anything to me. She's kind of like cowered down to the music industry and made like what her record label wants her to make and what's like popping on the radio and stuff. Given that we later learn about Jocelyn's relationship with her mom, the person who's supposed to care, who's supposed to want to know the real you, who's supposed to want to be around you no matter what, this belief makes sense. So as they cut away to a lingering shot of Chloe picking up a hairbrush and slowly pulling it through her blonde locks, and there's kind of like a little bit of foreshadowing there. A pretty, like, not a cool way because it's like fucked up, but like nice little artistic way of like tying in the hairbrush throughout the episode. The hairbrush and Jocelyn's mother are linked by the same alienating trauma that makes the pop star think no one wants to know her. In the moment, a little less than halfway into the 45-minute third episode, Jocelyn's position stands out mainly because it's so baldly tragic, you know. Believing that anyone who really knows you will be driven away by that knowledge is a conviction that strikes at the core of what's missing in Jocelyn's life. She's not only mourning the loss of her mother, but the person her mother was supposed to be. The person she likely hoped would someday emerge if Jocelyn became a big enough star or made enough money or won enough awards. Like, all she was wanting to do was be famous so her mother would, like, show love to her for once. Like, it's a really sad and tragic kind of, like, origin story for Jocelyn. Sitting there with Chloe, she doesn't recognize any of that, but the audience can, and it stings. Like, we kind of have, like, this dramatic irony that, you know, not... the main character doesn't even know, you know? That scene lasts approximately 2 minutes, but there's so much to talk about it. The sting may last a bit longer, but it's numbed and overridden by what happens in the following half hour. There's the adolescent-minded conversation on what's more valuable, a good song or a child's life. You know, do we care about the industry more? Do we care about someone's actual well-being? And yes, those are real conversations. There's the dinner table debate over whether it's wise to use the leaked photo of Jocelyn covered in semen as her new album's cover art, which, realistically, no, it's not a fucking good idea, but, like, for the industry's sake, but, like, if you want to, like, get people talking in a bad way, sure, fucking go for it. If you want to be different and distinguish yourself, then why not? There's a second dinner table debate over whether the only way to make valuable music is through significant pain, and, of course, there's the closing sequence of Tedros, played by Abel Tesfaye, as we know as the Weeknd, inflicting that pain on Jocelyn, which she dutifully thanks him for the next morning. It's such a toxic environment. And we've known for a while, for like ever since last episode at least, that Tedros is just this fucked up, manipulative dude that's only doing this for personal gain. Like, we know this. Like, he doesn't really care for this relationship with Jocelyn. It just kind of comes with working with her. But, yeah, it's just fucked up, you know? He doesn't genuinely want to give her, like, motivation or anything. He's just, like, using her to, like, abuse her. Like, you know? Yes, the moment where Jocelyn reveals her blackened self-esteem informs her decision-making in the ensuing scenes. It's much easier to accept abuse when you think you deserve it. But what we endure as entertainment for the majority of episode 3 does little to inform we, the viewers, to anything relevant about Jocelyn. All we know is that she used to have this abusive mother. We never really know that much about her, though. Certainly, it doesn't bring us any closer to her than those precious few minutes spent in quiet conversation with a friend. What remains of Daybreak exists, I guess, to titillate, to spark the tiring, outdated conversation over a tortured artist and what must be endured for great art, to make us gasp and cringe at what Tedros will do to ensue compliance and prop up his own ego, to move a threadbare plot about a pop star in crisis forward inch by painful inch. I mean, this show couldn't move any slower, I guess, into like really getting the point out there. Well, I mean, we get the point, like the main like underlying theme, but like the plot is just so slow moving. Like they linger on so many different scenes. I don't know. But it doesn't really work. I mean, going point by perceived point, the tortured artist dialogue is too dumb to waste any more time on. Jocelyn is clearly in the right, the cult members are clearly in the wrong, and yet we're meant to believe lines like, what you make, what you put out into the world, that's the shit that lasts forever, not Leia's fucking feelings, are meant to be convincing. Like, yikes. Like, we don't believe that. We don't think that. So, yeah, you can make a character manipulative, but that's not, like, he's manipulative to Jocelyn, but not the audience. We don't believe a fucking thing that he says. You know what I mean? Like, or anybody in a record label. Like, we believe her in her feelings. We want her to do what she wants. We don't want your dumbass to be telling us, oh, fuck her best friend's feelings. We don't care. You know? Well, she's about to shit on the floor probably, but that's whatever. Have more respect for your main character, if not your audience as well. And don't even think about contending this as satire. Satire is smart and pointed and funny. This is none of those things. Like, this is just made by someone that doesn't know how to create a TV show. And just makes it generic the whole time. Tedros, well, no matter what he does, he's a joke. And also not a funny one. Just forcing himself on other people. Seeing Tedros act like a drunk teenager to start the episode only undermines what he's able to do at the end. For the first 20 minutes, as he's loudly masturbating in the dressing room and limply threatening the male staffer, he's too transparently doltish to be believed. Like, is this guy actually fucking serious? Like, he's forcing his personality on other people. This is the guy who Jocelyn is in love with? Like, this is the guy she's letting slap and fire her personal chef? Like, this is the guy who can tell her best friend, assistant Leah, played by Rachel Sennott, I'm running the show now, and you get zero pushback? Like, yeah, fine, you're running the show. Like, this is the guy? Tesfaye keeps defending his character by saying he's supposed to be a loser, but we have to believe that Jocelyn or anyone will be pulled in by his aura, his magnetism, his intelligence, something. Like, that, like, he doesn't even like try to fool anyone. Like, he's just this brash, like, stupid loser that is like a lowlife and trying to use his pop star for his own gain. It's not until the end of episode 3 that we get a glimpse of anything resembling effective manipulation, and by then it's largely too late. By putting her on the spot in front of a crowd ready to back him, Tedros discovers a key to controlling Jocelyn, and he wields it with cruel abandon. But when it comes to the unconvincing cult leader, where can the idol still go? More pain, more suffering, more bad sex scenes that are cringy as fuck. Jocelyn is already on the precipice of losing her song, her record label, and her tour. Jane Addams' record executive Nikki and her shiny new dancer Diane, played by Jeannie Ruby Jane, are all smiles. And they're like getting this music video done while Jocelyn's sitting in her mansion with a bunch of manipulative people. You know? Perhaps if the show invested more time in Jocelyn, it could find purpose in its curdling stew of ideas, be what people will sacrifice for fame, or what women feel they have to endure to be seen as successful. As it stands, I feel lucky the idol managed one meaningful moment. And yeah, this probably isn't as bad as like the last episode, but oh man, I don't know. This show's not that strong. I mean, it's cool to watch The Weeknd be on television once a week. I mean, that's a fun thing, you know, being a music fan and all. But there's nothing really to this show that's like, holy shit, I want to keep watching this. I mean, I am going to keep watching this for the content for the YouTube channel because I don't really have a limited series to watch. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's a really weird one. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. We're going to be getting into Dexter next, a show that actually has like good substance in it. I'm just here to like shit on Weeknd's acting every week and just have fun with it, I guess. I mean, that's like fucked up as that sounds. I guess that's what I'm doing. So leave a like, comment, subscribe. GCTV, giving you guys the best TV show content out there. I work tomorrow morning, but again, we're fucking streaming tonight. We're really going for it. We're grinding this summer. So yeah, we don't have a whole lot of summer left. I mean, I guess we do, like a whole month or so, but yeah, probably like 2 months until the school year